Good morning, everybody. Welcome to chair yoga. So with this season that we're entering into, there's a lot of food. And if you're like me, you love food. And so you're going to eat more than maybe you generally do. And so I want to share a practice with you that is designed to get your digestive juices going and to help your body do what it's supposed to do and help move some of those extra goodies along the way. So this also can be very invigorating. I wouldn't recommend doing this type of practice before bed because of the energy that we're going to create in the spine, and through twisting a lot, we're going to have some energy and some vitality come. So go ahead and grab a chair and get into a comfortable seat. You're also going to possibly need another chair. We'll see if we get to that in the practice, but have another chair handy if you can. And we're going to go ahead and get going. So how I want you to start is to just find a comfortable seat. And I am not using the back of my chair at all. I'm completely upright, shoulders over hips. I have my legs crossed because that's more comfortable for me. And we are going to get to a point in the practice where I'm going to ask you to cross your legs either at the knee or the ankle. But I prefer to actually sit like this. It helps support my spine and my hips. So you sit comfortable however your legs like to be. We're going to go ahead and get started. So sit tall, find that length through your spine, and we're going to drop our chin down to our chest. And when we do this, we're taking a moment just to kind of center in to our breathing, centering into our practice, into our body, sort of letting the busyness of our mind and our experience begin to quiet. So just take a moment here, just a couple breaths. It's always nice in this time of centering to acknowledge all of the good in our lives. And although we might notice that there's some differences this year, there is still good when we tap into our five senses, or simply the fact we're here and we're alive is a great way to start. And take one more breath here. Beautiful. And now bring your eyes up to neutral. You can open them or close them, totally up to you. We're going to start with our chin beginning to lift just a little bit up towards the ceiling, just starting to warm up from top to bottom, and then lower your chin to your chest. And we're going to link the breath here. So you'll inhale and lift your nose, and exhale, lower your chin. And you'll do that 3 more times, just maybe even getting a little bit more extension and flexion. Really tuck your chin. You should feel a deep stretch along your shoulder blades. Do that again. Lift and breathe. Lower and breathe out. Let's do that one more time. Perfect. Bringing your eyes back to neutral. Watch my shoulders. I'm just going to move one shoulder in front and alternate. This feels really nice through the upper back. I just have my hands resting on my legs, and I'm starting to make a little bigger motion here, kind of like I'm ice skating, or if you've ever cross-country skied, you have this motion with the shoulders. It's similar to that. Start to get a little bit bigger here. Allow the arms to lift. And now this twist has moved down into the belly button just a little bit. You're starting to feel a little bit more movement. Now bring your arms with you up and down. Feel that? So nice. We're going to do 4 more. Perfect. 3, 2, last one. And now elbows in front. We're really going to get into that thoracic spine. And you'll notice that the belly starts to move with the body. And so we're moving into that digestive system. If you had a lot of food in the last few days, this is a great practice for you. 2, last one. And now bring your arms down. We're going to rotate our wrists. Sometimes we forget about the small joints in our body when we have a lot of pain in the big joints. So we need to make sure that we keep the small joints healthy. Now open and close your hands. Get some blood flow there. Yeah, move your hands, open and close your fingers. Perfect. Now bring your arms down by your side. We're going to go into the low belly now. So make sure that your sit bones are firmly on the chair or the sofa or your wheelchair. And we're going to begin shifting the weight from sit bone to sit bone. So just moving from cheek to cheek, just like that. And you can start to feel that your pelvis, that bowl-shaped bone, spine, pelvis, legs, really moving that pelvis around here. Perfect. And you'll do 4 more. 3, 2, pause, go the other direction, circle. Perfect. Moving from butt bone to butt bone. 4 more. 3, 2, last one, and sit tall. Now this pelvis, I want you to picture you have your spinal column, spine, ribs. The base of our spine, we have our pelvis, and it's sort of shaped like this bowl, and then our legs come through. Okay, we have our hips stuck into that pelvic socket. So the pelvis has the capacity to tilt forward and back. Okay, so we're gonna play with that. So butt bones are down into the chair. Give a little wiggle. Now I want you to take your pelvis, picture it like a bowl here. I want you to take the butt bones and bring them underneath you and tuck your pelvis. Do you feel that? Your low back has created this curve. Now come back up to neutral. Do that again. Tuck the pelvis under. Come back to neutral. I'm just making the shape with my hands so that you can see we tuck under and back to neutral. So you should feel the low belly pull in and release. This is excellent for back pain, for hip pain, for anything related to the pelvic floor. If you're a female, really getting into that low tissue and muscular structure in the low belly. Let's do 4 more. Perfect. Tuck that pelvis. 3, 2, nice. Come back and release back to neutral. Now we're going to do the opposite direction. So the pelvis is like this. Our little tailbone at the base of our spine is down right now in neutral. When we went under, the tailbone tucked. Well, now we're going to take the tailbone and we're going to flare it back there. And now come back to neutral. So we come forward. We're just moving slightly forward and back. Picture your tailbone. Back, neutral. Back, neutral. Beautiful. So we're just taking our pelvis and moving it. This is excellent, especially if you're not as mobile as maybe you used to be. Maybe you're not able to get out and go for walks. This motion is going to strengthen and tone the low belly and support the low back. Let's do 3 more. And we're going to put both of those together. 1 more. It's just a funny little rock, but it's really good. So now we're in neutral. Butt bones are down, tailbone is neutral. We're going to connect those 2 motions into one. So we're going to tuck, then forward. Tuck, then forward. Do that again. Feel the pelvis. Pour it, neutral it. Yeah, just like that. I like to think that when we tuck back, I'm pouring some soup and then I'm filling it up. And then I'm pouring it and I'm filling it up. Pour it, fill it. You have 3 more. 2, perfect. Last one. Sit really tall. Open and close your legs like a butterfly. So my legs are just opening and closing. I'll move my camera just so you can see. So I'm opening and closing. Beautiful. So this is working into my hips, working into my low back. Let's do 4 more. 3, 2, last one. Now keep your legs wide. Walk your feet out so that you've created this shape. I often say this is like we're sitting on a horse or something. I'm going to take my right arm and press it into my right thigh. Palm's going to face up. Take your left arm and draw it up like you're pulling a sword out of a sheath. So we're going to try that again. We're going to bring our left hand down and then pull that sword out of the sheath. Reach your arm all the way up. Let's do that again. You'll notice the twist here. 2 Beautiful. Feel that? Let's do one more. We never want to do just two. Hold up your sword. Beautiful. Now take your eyes up to the sword, get a breath, and let's try the other side. So my left arm presses into my left leg, palm face up. I'm going to grab the sword out of the sheath, open up my heart. Do that again. Drop your arm, pull, nice and slow. Do you feel that rotation in your spine? Here's two more. Last one. Let's do one more. And hold your arm up to stay. Maybe take your eyes all the way up. Beautiful. Now we're going to sit tall. I'm going to keep my camera at this angle so that you can see how we set up for this. My thumb is going to go to the outside of my legs. My fingers curl around my thighs. Notice that my elbows are flared out like little cricket wings. I'm going to come forward towards you. Perfect. Now watch. I'm going to turn and look over my right shoulder. Come back to center. Turn and look left. Do you feel that? Let's try it again. Turn right. Beautiful. Turn left. One more time. Turn right and turn left. Come back to center. Push yourself up nice and tall. So I'm going to go ahead and close my legs. Bring them in. I'm going to scoot back just a tiny, tiny bit. And then I'm going to take my left leg and I'm going to straighten it. My heel is down on the floor. My right leg is going to stay nice and bent here. So I'm going to start that process of finding my hip crease, my pelvis, and I'm going to begin to lean forward. I'm going to aim my nose towards my left toes, that straight left leg. Ooh, and I feel that. Now come on up, but keep your legs just like they are. Here we go. We're going to twist. I'm going to take my left hand and bring it to the outside of my right. And I'm going to reach behind me and grab my chair. And I'm going to start to spin my belly towards the back right side. Beautiful. Get really long through your spine. That's really important. And then we'll wind back to front. And we're going to switch. So I'm going to bring my left foot in. My right leg goes long, heels down on the floor, toes are up. Find my hip crease and start to lean forward. My nose will reach my toes. They won't, but it's a nice direction. Beautiful. You should feel a stretch behind your leg, into your hamstring and behind your knee. Come on up. Keep your legs like they are. Right hand is going to go to the outside of the left leg. Left arm finds my chair back there. And then notice I'm going to begin to spin to the left. Feels so good. And then we'll wind back to front. Bring both legs in. Hands are going to rest on our knees or our thighs. And lower your chin. Beautiful. So now we're going to put some movements together that are somewhat familiar. If you've been practicing with me a while, we have some movements that we do, and we're just going to add on to those movements. So we're going to start with a very traditional sun salutation. And what that does is it begins to link the body with the breath, but it gets us into this idea of flow and movement. And then we're going to incorporate a lot of twists into our practice today, remembering that the spinal column, it gets this fluid in there, spinal fluid and blood, and when we twist it like this, we're actually wringing out all of the stuff that's been there without a lot of movement. We don't have as much circulation through the spine, so we're going to twist. But what it does to our internal organs, where all of those turkey and cranberries and all that good stuff sometimes gets a little full when we eat too much, is we're going to massage those internal organs. Every time we twist, we're squeezing the liver, squeezing the stomach, and we're getting the digestive tract to kind of wake up and fire up and get things moving. So if you have a little bit of trouble with the belly or you eat too much, this is a great thing to do. Perfect. All right, feet on the floor, nice and flat. Arms are going to go high. You're going to lean back and greet the morning or the afternoon. Take a breath And now float forward and touch your toes. Nice. And we're going to slide up slow. Bring your arms up with you. Lean back. Take a breath and fold forward again. Touch your toes. Let's pick up the pace. Inhale, reach up, rise up, lean back. It's a long breath. And lower the body. Exhale. One more time. Inhale, reach up all the way back and touch your toes. Perfect. Come on up and make a T with your arms. We're going to rotate and rotate, just like at big airplane arms. We're going to rotate, rotate. Now, stay to the right. Stay right there. Squeeze the liver. So we're increasing blood flow to that organ. And when we unwind from it, we're going to actually push new blood into that organ. Take one more breath. Come back to center. Pause. Feels so good. Now, let's go to the left and stay. The stomach is getting a squeeze here, like a little massage there. See if you can twist even more. Wind back to front and lower your arms. Beautiful. Let's come to cactus position. So we're just going to change the shape of our arms, but we're going to twist side to side, really focusing on the lungs, the chest, the sternum, the tissue around the chest. Ready? Here we go. Twist to the right, twist to the left. This is excellent, and it's great for working your vestibular system or your dizziness, if you will. We're kind of making the body get dizzy, but that helps us to recalibrate while we're sitting in a safe chair. 3, close your eyes if you want. 2, last one, come back to center. Definitely close your eyes. Hands find your knees or your thighs and breathe. Beautiful. So you can feel the energy that's coming through the body just by twisting it. So now we're going to work the twisting of our belly, really getting below the sternum. So I'm going to cross my right leg over my left. If that's not available to you, if it's too uncomfortable to sit like that, go ahead and bring your ankle over the other ankle. So I'm going to keep my camera again shown low so you can see where we're going to go. I'm going to take my left hand and put it across my right thigh. And now you can see that I'm just already starting that process of the twist. We're going to grow this twist segment by segment up the spine. So I'm going to start like this, left arm across the body. I'm going to get long through my spine. And I'm going to imagine my belly button is starting to turn to the right. Then I'll take a breath in and I'll turn my sternum area to the right. And I'll take another breath in and my collarbone goes to the right. You can see my right arm starting to slide back. I'll take a breath in and I'll bring my chin to the right. And now my arm naturally wants to find the chair. Take a breath in, my nose to the right. Take a breath in, my eyes to the right, and we're going to stay for 3 breath cycles. See if you can get a little deeper in the twist. Maybe your eyes go all the way behind you. Beautiful. Now we're going to unwind just as we came in. So the eyes come around first, the chin and the nose come around. Eventually the collarbone comes around, perhaps the right arm starts to make its way around, and now the ribs, now the belly, and now the hands. Beautiful. Bring your arms up big, get a stretch, allow all that blood to move into the digestive system, and then bring your arms down. So we're going to switch legs. So I'm going to take my left now and bring it over my right. Maybe this side you're able to have it crossed at the knees. Maybe you still need to be at the ankle. Either way is totally fine. Here we go. Start with your right hand over your left. Notice that my spine barely starts to turn, but we're going to grow it slowly. So take a big breath in, get tall. And now your belly button to the left. That's it. Take another breath in. Now your sternum to the left. Take a breath in. Collarbone to the left. Notice my left arm wants to follow. Take a breath in. My chin to the left. I'm going to grab my chair behind me. Take a breath in. My nose to the left. Take a breath in. My eyes to the left. A breath in. Now 3 breaths to stay. And maybe your eyes can travel all the way to the back. 1 more breath cycle. Beautiful. Now we're going to come out just as we came in. Eyes start to come around. Nose, chin, collarbone, sternum, belly button, and my arm slips off. I reach high to get a lot of blood flow there. Feels so good. And now bring your arms down. I'm going to keep the camera nice and low so you can see what's next. I'm going to bring our legs wide here. And we're going to come into some windshield wiper motions. Okay, so you can have your hands on your thighs or even hold on to your chair. If you're in a wheelchair, grab those wheels. And I'm sitting really far back, away from the back of my chair. So I'm barely on the edge of my seat. Watch what's going to happen. I'm going to turn my legs to the right and drop my left knee. So now I'm twisting through the low belly. Come on back. Turn to the left. Drop your right knee. Hold on to the chair if you need to. We're going to windshield wiper to the right, windshield wiper to the left, windshield wiper to the right, to the left, and now we're going to stay to the right. I'm going to take my left knee and let it go down towards the floor. It's not going to reach the floor, but I'm starting to feel this opening here. Now, my right hand's going to find the back of my chair and just sort of loop over there. Left arm's going to reach up, and then up and over. So you should be feeling a stretch through your rib cage and down into the front part of your hip. You can see my foot's back there, my knee is straight down. Arm goes up and over. Beautiful. Come on back. Bring your left arm down. Hold on to the chair and we're going to switch sides. So I'm going to windshield wiper over to the left. My right knee, let me see if I can adjust my camera. My right knee is down, not touching the floor. There it is. But it's pretty close. Okay. Left knee is bent. I have my arm around the back of the chair with my left arm. Right arm goes up. And then we go up and over. So I still have my ankle boot on from my surgery 6 weeks ago. It's finally healing. You should feel that big stretch. And then arms come down. I will tell you, my friends, it has been a grueling recovery, but I think I'm finally at the point where I'm not miserable. Get back on your horse. Feet are flat on the floor. I'm going to take my right arm and I'm going to reach down and grab my left toe. Just stay right there. It should feel nice. Now take your nose towards your knee. Beautiful. Do you feel that twist? Nice. Come back up to center. Left arm is going to reach over and grab my right toes. Maybe, maybe not. Then bring your nose towards your knee. Come back up. We're going to do it one more time each side. Right hand grabs the toes, nose to knee. Come back up. Left hand grabs the right, nose to knee. Beautiful. Come on back. And we have our horse. We're going to change it just a little bit. So we're going to have that same shape, but we're going to extend the other arm. So your right hand grabs towards your left toes. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't, maybe it's on the floor. Left arm is going to go up. It's a big one. Do your best. Beautiful. Bring the left arm down, come up. Let's do the other side. Almost finished. Left hand to right foot. Right hand goes high. And then lower. Beautiful. Push yourself up. Close your legs. Let's find that place of centering again where we tuck our chin and close our eyes. Beautiful. Now bring your chin up. Sit really, really tall. Nice. So I want you to just think about your spinal column for a moment and all of the twists that we took today, one section at a time, really feeling that. So even when we took our eyes around to the back, we were bringing some new fluid into our cervical spine by twisting. Remember, our spine goes all the way from top of our head down to that pelvis. Even the pelvis got some action today with the front and back. So we took everything that's in the center of us. We gave it a nice wringing out, if you will. Go ahead and bring your right elbow to the front. Grab it with your left hand and pull it across. Let's get a stretch here. Beautiful. Come on back. Bring your left elbow forward. Grab it. Pull. Feel that? It's so nice. Nice. And then bring it back. Let's open our arms up to a T shape. And once your arms get wide, go ahead and bring your arms behind you just a little bit so you can see this stretch along the chest. Feels amazing. Now remember your pelvis, your butt bones. Push them into your chair. And we're going to tilt the tail to the back and really arch the spine as your nose rises. Perfect. Straighten your spine, lower your hands to your knees, and now take the tail underneath you. Straighten your arms, tuck your chin, and breathe. It should feel really nice. Rise back up. Drop your right ear to your shoulder. Come back up. Left ear, left shoulder. Come back up. Right arm goes high. We're going to reach up and over and just get a side body stretch. Big opening through the ribs, through the lungs. And then we'll switcheroo. Left arm goes high. Reach up and then over. Feel that. Come on back. Bring your arm down. We're going to make a basket woven with our fingers. I'm going to interlace my fingers. And I'm going to flip my basket inside out and push towards you. Should feel good. Bring your hands back towards your heart. Push again. Straighten. Two more just like that. We push and we pull in. This is excellent if you have arthritis in your joints. Stay right there. Let's twist again. Bring it around to the right, nice and slow. Come back to center and to the left. Beautiful. Come on back to center. Flip your basket right side in and unhook it. Now, we have a tendency where we have a natural way that we make the basket. Do it the unnatural way. So put the other finger on top and push again. Beautiful. Come on in. Push again. Last one. Push and stay. And now turn. And then turn. Come on back. And bring your hands in and lower your hands. This month, we have been working really hard at our gratitude practice. And for some of us, and everybody really as humans, we have days where it's harder to find things to be grateful for. And I say all the time, we have usually 5 things with us all the time. We have our ability to see, most of us. We have our hearing, most of us. We can touch things. We can feel the fabric of our clothes. We can maybe hold somebody's hand or pet the fur of our animals or feel the warmth of a hot cup keeping us warm. We can smell things, that first breath that we smell of coffee, that whiff of air, that beautiful smell of coffee, or maybe it's our breakfast, or maybe it's somebody's aftershave or perfume that we just feel so good smelling. We have our ability to taste. What have you tasted today? It's a beautiful day. It's holiday season now, and so there's lots of great flavors, and there's so many things that we can use our five senses to be grateful for. And so I want you to spend time in the coming days reflecting on November and reflecting on the good. There has been a lot going on in the world, but it's still an opportunity to be alive, to be grateful for breathing, to notice the beautiful colors outside. And if you have a gratitude practice, probably one of the things that you notice the most is the change of scenery season by season. Even if you live in a warm climate, there are different flowers that bloom. There's just differences that come. And when we pay attention and we live completely in the present moment, we start to really notice those subtle changes. And that is what it means to be living mindfully. And the definition of mindfulness is so simple. It's being aware of what you're doing while you're doing it. So right now you are engaged with me, you are engaged with your body, with the yoga practice. When you're eating a meal, to be mindfully eating, you're savoring every bite, you're enjoying it, you're grateful. When you're in conversation with someone else, you're not thinking about the past or what you need to get done. You are completely invested in listening and sharing. That's mindfulness. Let's bring our arms up. I'm going to grab my left wrist and I'm going to pull up and over and just get a side body stretch. And then switch, grab your right hand, pull up and over, come back to center. And I'm going to lay my belly over my lap, maybe touch my toes and tuck my chin. I want you to do the same. I want you to come down into a forward fold. Let your belly press against your legs. And then see if you can be very aware of your breath and that full sensation of breathing. Perfect. And then start to rise up. Place your hand right on your heart and your other hand right on that big, abundant belly. Close your eyes and feel the connection of breathing, how the chest and the belly rise and fall. This opportunity to take a moment to acknowledge all that you are. All of your memories, all of your experiences, all of the love that you give and receive. And take a moment to be very grateful. And I hope that you continue to have a beautiful day. And remember, the twists are so powerful for getting things going, both our energy and our digestive system. So I hope that you enjoyed the practice and that you feel vibrant and clean and alive. And I hope to see you soon. Have a beautiful rest of your week. Take care.